I am my true, authentic self. You get to see, like, I'm a really emotional person. And when I'm high, I'm high. When I'm crying. And, so I really am the true, you just see me. And it's funny because we laugh all the time. He's my balancer. He balances me out. I'm like up and down all the time.
Austin Dillon's Life in the Fastlane. That premieres on the USA Network tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. So what can fans expect from this show?
Well, they can expect a lot of really funny and exciting moments. It's on the track, it's the racing aspect, as well as off the track, it's the family aspect. So a little bit of everything.
Absolutely. And so I want to ask you this next. How did this show come about? What was the process like? How did this show finally come to the USA Network?
Well, the girls had done a show called Racing Wives, and told them that I wouldn't do a show unless it was on our friend group, about us, and kind of on our terms a little bit. I just wanted to show, kind of what we, do as a group, the fun-loving atmosphere. I didn't want it to be all about drama, and, show more about what the NASCAR life is, the travel, the things we get to experience. So I put on some ultimatums. We were asked by the same group to do a pilot, and we didn't really have to do a whole lot. It was more just about a Zoom. And then USA were the first group to pick it up. And so here we are. It was a really fast process. It didn't take long. It was a couple months, and then
we're filming.
Yeah, 8 weeks in, and then now it's already going to go to air.
So Austin, I wanted to ask you this. Did you ever think in your entire career that you would be appearing in a reality show?
I mean,
no, probably not.
NASCAR's had so many different things they filmed on me, and been a part of a lot of different things, and been in front of camera a lot for NASCAR, but not like on a network like the USA Network and having a real reality show. But, I've always thought the things that we do is very interesting, and it's a different lifestyle. And I've always felt like light needed to be shed on, the busyness of our lifestyle. And it kind of all came together, and glad that we got to do it on our terms with our friends and family.
Right. And Whitney, I want to ask you this. As Austin mentioned, you were on the reality show Racing Wives. So how excited are you for fans to see you in a different light and see the Dillon family, what they go through on and off the track?
I'm really excited for this series because I am my true, authentic self. You get to see, like, I'm a really emotional person. And when I'm high, I'm high. When I'm crying. And, so I really am the true, you just see me. And it's funny because we laugh all the time. He's my balancer. He balances me out. And I'm like up and down all the time. But I'm really excited. Our family is so special. The sport of NASCAR is so special, and you really get to see all aspects of it.
Absolutely. Austin, I want to ask you this. Along with you and Whitney starring in this series, your friend Paul is also going to be followed throughout the series. So how would you best describe Paul? Because he seems like, because I got a chance to see the first episode, he seems like to be the life of the party.
Yeah, that's Paul. You got it. Paul time. But he's a fun loving, hardworking dude. We lived together before we met the girls in a barn. And it's pretty crazy that, Whitney and I met, and Mariel came along with Whitney the first time we met. And but all of our relationships have just grown. We're two girls from Tennessee and guy from Wisconsin, guy from North Carolina, now creating a family here in North Carolina, and we're traveling in the NASCAR circuit. So it's pretty cool how God's brought us all together and put us in this situation that we're in.
And Whitney, for you, you and Mariel are really good friends. That's something that's talked about in the first episode, dating back to you guys when you were cheerleaders for the Tennessee Titans. So what made you two become so close?
It was a situation that had happened in Nashville, and it just kind of like put us together. We were just hanging out more. And the moment that happened, we became best friends. So we were in the same rookie class. And so the rookie class you're always like, you're always kind of tied to them. And so I always loved her and adored her. But when she graduated from college, then we were kind of on the same page. Then we became roommates and it just took off from there. But yeah, she's my girl. We're going on a little over 10 years of friendship, and she has just really turned into my sister.
Absolutely. And obviously the show takes a really closer look at NASCAR and what, Austin, you go through throughout the Cup Series season. So for you right now, it's past the halfway point. You're getting closer and closer to the playoffs. So how would you grade your performance so far this season?
Well, I think we've had a pretty strong season. We've had some second place finishes, a third, been so close to winning at Charlotte. Other than getting our win, we've been in a really good points position. So a lot of winners this year. So that's what it's really all about in NASCAR right now when it comes to playoffs. So we're focused on trying to get a win. But the cool part during the show, we've had some really good runs while the show is following us, and you can kind of watch our progress throughout the race and see how we gain. And so close at Charlotte, and kind of same with Fontana. So a couple opportunities that we came up just short on. But all in all, we've had some good runs this year with the next gen car.
So what would be the biggest key for you in order to make the playoffs and possibly win the Cup Series title?
Well, posting a win, I think, our team is strong as any team out there. If we can just get that first win, off our backs for this season. If we do that, I feel like we can perform at all the tracks that are in the playoffs. Just trying to get that first win, and we'll keep grinding, working hard. And I think if we put ourselves in a position, we'll take advantage of it.
Absolutely. And Whitney, I want to ask you this. What are race days like for you? Are you nervous that every time Austin's out there on the track because you don't know what's going to happen?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm a pretty high emotional person.
Right.
So yes, even when I think I'm not nervous, I'm like, I'm good. It's great. I'm over here. My hands are shaking. When I kiss my husband, I gets in the car and he's going 200 miles around the track. And so, that's why having the base of God in our life and just having him as a center is so important for us. I do things like put Bible scriptures in his car and we pray and we just do things like that. Just to try to ease all that, because it's high intensity from one Sunday, 8:00 in the morning, that's when it starts. So we really lean on God.
Absolutely. And the last question for me before I let you guys go is, would you guys be up for a second season of Life in the Fastlane if USA Network allows it?
Whitney's all in, but it's that is a grind. So I've said, let's see how this one goes, and then we'll reconvene. I think people are really excited about it. We'll see how it goes, but you never know. Maybe. We
just always say it's in the Lord's hands. Whatever the Lord wants, that's what'll happen.
Absolutely. Well, as I mentioned, I watched the first episode. I really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the rest of the season. So Whitney, Austin, thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate it. Congratulations on the show and continued success for both of you.